Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Stephen Mead here with Domicile Real Estate, where we are on a mission to help California's renters become homeowners. And this is our 5-minute SoCal housing market update for first-time homebuyers. Just a reminder, Southern California, for us, we take a composite of Orange and Los Angeles County data. And this week, we're going to talk about really two things, kind of the changing fall market and how that is affecting both the affordability of housing and the availability of housing. It's kind of the two A's that every first-time home buyer is concerned with. Can you afford a house, and are there any houses to actually buy? So without wasting any more time, we're going to jump right into it, to our slides this week. So what you guys are looking at here is our home price index. This is based on actual closed sales. So these are things that closed in the last week. And what we do is we took a composite of an entry-level home for both a single family and a condo. Our single family is based on 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes, and our entry-level condo is based on 2-bedroom, 2-bath homes. And as you can see, our number actually slipped a little bit this week in our single family category and rose a little bit if we are looking at our condo category. Remember, this is week-to-week data, so these numbers will move around a little bit. I still think our trend is generally upward in price points. You can see that in both categories, went from 430 to 432.5, from 615 to 627.500. So I would call our prices steadily increasing. Remember, this is sold data, so this is based on sales that were negotiated 30 days ago. If we move on to our next chart here, you can see our total monthly payment. And again, what we did is we based this on a 5% down payment. So we looked at that median entry-level home in those categories, and we looked at what the total payment would be based on 5% down. So that total payment includes principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and in the case of our condos, we included a $300 HOA figure as well. So what you can see is interest rates actually dropped, and so did our median slightly for our single-family home. So that price went down slightly. But because our median price went up on our condos, our payment went up. So again, these are just ballpark figures based on low down payments to give you an idea of what is actually happening to the check that you have to write every month. We got a little bit of relief on the single family side and a little bit of an increase on the condo side. Finally, we're going to talk, our last thing about affordability is our minimum household income required. So basically what we do is we take that payment that we just showed in the last slide, and we compute that based on what most debt ratio allowances are at most lenders for conventional loans. And we kind of come up with, if you're assuming you have no other monthly debts, no car payment, no student loans, what is the minimum amount of income needed to be able to qualify for these payments? And as you can see, again, not surprising, we dropped a little bit on our single family homes down to just under $87,000. And we went up just a little bit, basically right around $66,700 here for our condos. So that kind of covers our affordability. You know, what we try to do is understand that, you know, affordability is really dictated by two things: the prevailing interest rates as well as the median prices. So you can have a situation where prices go up, but because interest rates go down, your affordability actually gets better, even though it looks like prices are going up. And that's pretty much what we've been seeing this year. Now we're going to jump into our availability of housing. And if you'll bear with me here for a second, I'll bring up the next slide. If we bump this along here, our absorption rate. So the absorption rate is we try to look at all the new listings that came up in the last week. And then we also look at the number of listings that went into escrow in these categories. And you'll see we actually had things where just at an insane hyper-competitive level 2 weeks ago. They dropped pretty hard last week, and then they have sort of rebounded a bit and actually come pretty close together again. You know, I would still characterize this as a very strong market. It does not feel quite as hyper-competitive as it did a couple weeks ago, and that's shown here in the numbers. And if we look at our week's supply of homes, so what this does is, and we calculate this a little bit differently than most other people. Most people will calculate this number based on the current number of homes available and the homes that say closed escrow in the last week or the last month. Our number is a little bit different. We actually look at the number of homes available, just like you might think, but then we look at the number of homes that went into escrow in the last 2 weeks. This gives you a much more up-to-date and current number of what is happening. How fast is the market sucking up these homes? And as you can see in both of our categories, both our single family homes and our condos, our supply actually went up modestly, a little bit more than modestly on our condos, and very minimally here on our single family homes. So definitely an improving picture on supply. So if you're the kind of person who's been sitting on the sidelines thinking there are no houses to buy, I'm getting outbid on everything, you know, kind of notice this fall slowdown really is a gift for you, because it gives you a chance to have a little bit more inventory and a little bit more to choose from on the market. Please do like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also really appreciate comments both on YouTube or if you're watching this on Facebook. And if you have individual questions that you'd like answered, we're happy to do that. And if you're in the Los Angeles or Orange County areas, we would love to work with you and help you own your own piece of California. Anyhow, we will see you next time, next week, same time, same place on Friday.